In 2026, enterprises face a critical decision about AI-powered automation. Do you embrace open-source self-hosted agents like OpenClaw, or deploy managed enterprise platforms like Clone Studio and CloneForce clones? These aren't just different products, they represent fundamentally different philosophies about who controls your AI infrastructure, how you govern it, and what risks you're willing to accept. Today, we're comparing these two approaches head-to-head, because getting this decision wrong could cost you far more than money. It could cost you your security posture, your compliance standing, and ultimately, your customers' trust. We'll evaluate both solutions across 6 critical dimensions: who each platform serves and why, the architectural approach and what it means for your operations, security and governance, which might be the most important factor of all, integration models and extensibility, total cost of ownership, including the hidden expenses most people miss, and time to value, because speed matters when the competition is already deploying AI. Let's start with positioning. OpenClaw is built for the developer DIY crowd. If you're a technically sophisticated individual, a privacy-focused user, or a small team comfortable managing infrastructure, OpenClaw gives you complete control. You run it on your own hardware or VPS, you own the data, you configure everything exactly how you want. CloneForce takes the opposite approach. It's an enterprise workforce automation platform designed for governed deployments at scale. Think of it this way. OpenClaw is the homebrew Linux server. CloneForce is enterprise SaaS. Neither is wrong, but they serve fundamentally different needs. The architecture tells the story. OpenClaw is a self-hosted agent runtime with 4 core components: a gateway connecting to messaging platforms, an agent reasoning engine orchestrating LLM calls, extensible skills for specific capabilities, and a memory layer maintaining persistent context. It integrates with WhatsApp, Telegram, Slack, Discord, Teams, and more, letting you control your assistant from familiar interfaces. CloneForce operates as a managed enterprise platform with a very different stack. An experience layer, including Clone Studio, mobile apps, and native integrations. A persona layer, where each clone embodies a defined role. A skills layer with atomic, composable capabilities and human-in-the-loop checkpoints. An operator layer managing headless execution agents. And an orchestration layer coordinating planning, execution, and policy enforcement. The Clone Studio dashboard shows you this visually. One centralized hub for creating, managing, and deploying digital teammates across your entire organization. With OpenClaw, you're managing infrastructure. With CloneForce, you're managing outcomes. Security and governance is where these platforms diverge most dramatically, and it's the wedge that matters most for enterprises. OpenClaw's direct access to local files, system commands, and connected applications creates an expanded attack surface. Misconfigured instances can leak API keys and conversation data. Prompt injection attacks represent a real threat vector for exfiltrating sensitive information. And here's the scenario that keeps CISOs awake. An employee deploys OpenClaw on personal infrastructure, connects it to corporate systems without IT oversight, and suddenly you have an enterprise backdoor that circumvents every security control you've built. CloneForce implements OAuth-scoped connections with granular permissions. Customer data stays in customer systems, not agent infrastructure. Role-based access controls, audit logging, AES 256 encryption, and data purge support meet SOC 2, GDPR, and HIPAA requirements. Strong organizational boundaries prevent data leakage across tenants. Skill execution runs on Google Cloud Run with sandbox isolation, runtime quotas, and cost tracking. Here's the math that matters. One security incident from a misconfigured agent can cost more than 5 years of enterprise platform subscriptions when you factor in investigation, remediation, regulatory reporting, and reputational damage. Integration and extensibility models reveal another critical difference. OpenClaw requires individual developers or DevOps teams to configure connections, manage API credentials, handle rate limiting, and maintain security hardening across every integration point. That's the classic M times N problem. Each new tool requires setup and ongoing maintenance for each agent instance. CloneForce provides a centralized integration layer. The Clone Details Integrate tab shows pre-built operators for Gmail, Calendar, Salesforce, Slack, and other enterprise systems, plus a unified OAuth management fabric handling token refresh cycles automatically. New capabilities get added through the skill library and operator library without refactoring core orchestration logic. You maintain the trust boundary and governance at scale, not instance by instance. Cost and ROI predictability separate hobbyist projects from enterprise deployments. OpenClaw's infrastructure and API costs range from free on Oracle Cloud's ARM tier with Gemini Flashlight to $1 to $3 monthly with Claude Haiku, up to $25 to $75 or more monthly for premium models and higher usage. But those are just the visible costs. Hidden expenses for DevOps time, security auditing, incident response, and ongoing maintenance create unpredictable total cost of ownership. CloneForce offers transparent, usage-based pricing with built-in observability through the Activity Data Lake. You track execution costs, optimize model selection, and forecast expenses accurately. More importantly, the platform's deterministic skills execute real work reliably, delivering measurable productivity gains instead of just conversations. Time to value determines whether your AI initiative launches or languishes. OpenClaw requires technical expertise for deployment, configuration, security hardening, and ongoing maintenance. If you have that expertise and want that control, great. CloneForce prioritizes enterprise usability through Clone Studio's guided creation process. The Clone Studio dashboard walks you through personality and traits configuration, aesthetic customization, security and integration setup, skills and roles assignment, and knowledge base loading. Non-technical users build digital teammates in minutes, not days. Preloaded clones for customer success and executive administration provide immediate value. Multi-surface presence means clones operate wherever human teammates already work: Slack, Teams, email, SMS, phone, chat, and video. There's one more factor worth noting. OpenClaw's viral naming evolution, from Claudebot to Moltbot to OpenClaw, despite accumulating over 145,000 GitHub stars, illustrates branding instability that enterprises cannot afford when establishing trusted AI systems. It's not a technical flaw, but it is a maturity signal. So here's the verdict. OpenClaw wins for individual developers who want maximum control, privacy-focused users comfortable managing infrastructure, and small technical teams who value customization over convenience. CloneForce wins for enterprise deployments requiring governed automation, organizations with security and compliance requirements, scaling teams who need predictable costs, non-technical users who need immediate value, and anyone who's learned that the build versus buy trap pulls engineering resources from core business innovation. Industry analysts predict that by 2027, over 40% of self-hosted agentic AI projects will be canceled due to escalating costs, unclear business value, or inadequate risk controls. That's the hidden cost of shadow IT. One misconfigured agent can undo years of security work. Clone Studio and CloneForce clones deliver enterprise AI that actually works. Governed execution with audit trails. Secure architecture with OAuth-scoped connections and sandbox isolation. Integrated capabilities across every system your team uses. Measurable outcomes with transparent cost tracking. Visit Clone Studio to build your first digital teammate today. Don't let shadow IT become your enterprise backdoor. Start with CloneForce and deploy AI the way enterprises should, with confidence, control, and clarity.